Hello, Janice here. Let's move on to the next session, Color Keyframe. Alright, now we'll move on to the next session, which is about color keyframes. Sometimes we need color keyframes, like when we want to change the mood from dark to bright or modify the color from blue to a slightly more cyan shade, and so on. We can apply keyframes to the color, not just transformations in shape. So let's try it on this clip. First, click on this clip, then switch to the Color tab. Now we have already applied several effects here, but for now, let's create new nodes. Just a reminder, to create new nodes, press Alt plus S. Okay, there you go. Pressing Alt plus S will create new nodes. Now let's imagine we'll apply keyframes here. And the keyframes we'll create will be simple keyframes, for example from dark to bright, like this. Next, let's try adjusting the temperature. We'll modify two parameters, temperature and curve here. Alright, let's reset them first. Resetting again here. Now the process of applying keyframes to the color is as follows. Take a look at the tab on the right here. There are several options: Corrector 1, Corrector 2, FX, Corrector 4, and Sizing. What you need to notice is that these correctors are closely related to the nodes above. Corrector 1 corresponds to node 1, Corrector 2 corresponds to node 2, Corrector FX corresponds to the FX vignette placed at number 3. Corrector 4 is the one we added recently. If I delete it here, I click on Corrector 4, then press backspace. It will disappear. Corrector 4 will be gone. If I add it back, I press Alt plus S now. It will add Corrector 4 again here. So let's try transforming in Corrector 4. The process is similar to what we did before with transformation keyframes. Let's click on Corrector 4 here, and press Auto key. Now, we're in keyframe mode here. However, please note, even if we make changes, it won't take effect yet, because we have to manually add keyframes here. To do that, right-click, then select Add Dynamic Keyframe. This will create a new node here. Now, if we want to change the keyframe, just move to the ending node like this. Since we're still in auto key mode here, we can directly drag it like this. For example, if we want it brighter, like this, brighter. As you can see, because we're using dynamic keyframes, the changes occur gradually, smoothly transitioning from dark to bright. From dark to bright like that. As you can see, just like that. Now, for example, if we still want to edit the initial scene, because we are still in active auto keyframe mode, we can simply reduce the darkness, like this. So when we drag it again, it will be brighter with higher contrast. Like that. Now for the initial frame, I also want to make the temperature higher, like this. Sorry, I mean higher. So it will be warmer. For example, we use 1000 here. Then, when we move here, you can see the value becomes 0. So we can change any color here. We can even change the color of the sky here using the color warper. Let's pick the blue color like this. Yes, the color is spread across here. Now let's say we want to change the blue color, so when we move it to the right, it becomes more cyan, for example. Now we adjust the color warper downwards like this. Like that, for example. Now it will also change the transformation. So color keyframes are essential, especially when you want to create contrasting colors. To modify the colors the way you want them to be. As you can see, we have a slight error here. It seems that the color doesn't go to the keyframe. Maybe let's try this. For this area, maybe we need to make some adjustments. Yes, maybe we need to have two, so that we have two nodes here. Maybe it's because it's too contrasting, so the changes are too drastic. Or it could also be due to the possibility that for color keyframes, we have to set the keyframes again from the beginning. But it's okay, let's just replace the keyframes we already edited here. Like that. Now it already changes quite well. Alright, we understand now. So that's how we use the technique of color keyframes in DaVinci Resolve. Next, we will discuss a bit about masking keyframes using this color type. Thank you.